Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning the metaphysical exodus and the physical exodus, which is speaking of the two birth, the birth from within and the birth from without. In other words, your first birth that brought you into this physical three-dimensional world, it is your physical birth. That is why in this three-dimensional world, you are limited. But when it comes to the metaphysical birth, which is the second birth, that is where you will discover your limitless self, your real self, your true self. So when you read in the Bible about Moses and how Moses meant to be taken out of the water, it is really speaking about, because Moses actually means to be born. And you had a birth whereby your mother water bag had to be burst. So you had the water birth. And so the second birth is the birth by fire. So when you have that birth, it is freedom. It is the promise. The promise that you would awake from the sleep. And so, my brothers and my sisters, my encouragement to you is to understand the Bible metaphysically. Understand that the Bible can be interpreted exoterically and esoterically, and that the exoteric interpretation of the Bible has been given to the masses to keep each and everyone to be looking outwardly and to be trapped in the physical birth and identify yourself with this body. But I'm saying to you, you have to identify yourself with your non-physical body. That is why you need to be informed about the metaphysical birth. The birth from above. The birth that will take place within. That is why you are told, unless you be born again, you cannot see the kingdom of God. You see, my brothers and my sisters, the kingdom of God is within you. And unless you have that born again experience, you won't understand energy, vibration, and frequency as a witness. You would know it as theory. But when you have that inner mystical experience that will bring you to your mystical self and teach you about your real alchemical self, then you'll understand the creation story and you'll be able to create your reality consciously. So, as I speak to you and I speak about energy, vibration, and frequency, I'm always seeing within the birth that would have taken place with me. Okay, it's like when I'm speaking to you, that experience is always reflecting right in front of me through my mind's eye. I'm seeing it. You understand how I've had that inner birth experience and would have found my body to be a tomb and my skull to be Golgotha, and come to understand the virgin birth, come to understand the resurrection, and understand that the biggest lie that have been ever fed to all of humanity is the Jesus and Mary story that have been interpreted to you as literal and secular history. And it means a lot to me to be bringing these messages to you, knowing that I would have had such an experience. Knowing that there is a metaphysical exodus and there's a physical exodus. So the physical exodus brought you into a world whereby you will find that your body is a slave to your mind. And so you have to face all of your circumstances, which are actually the effects. And if you do not understand your metaphysical self, then you'll always be looking at the effects and judging yourself based on the effects, not knowing that you are the cause. So it's very important for you to understand natural laws. immutable laws. It's very important for you to understand that your spirit having a human experience. So my brother, my sisters, whenever you hear anyone quote John chapter 3, especially they like to quote John 3:16 and say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And they use the S-O-N to divert you from the S-U-N, because the new birth is basically the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, whereby you will experience the dawning of a new day in your life. And that's the Exodus that I'm speaking about. And so they give you an Exodus story and make you believe that thousands of years ago a man was crossing people through the Red Sea. But no, it is your journey through the Red Sea when your mother period or monthly cycle had to stop for you to cross over here in this physical realm. But when it comes to the spiritual birth, it's only you alone can know. And so those people who believe it to be literal and secular history, they would ask themselves, how can a man be born again? Can he enter into a mother's womb a second time? Because they fail to realize that there's a womb above and there's a womb below. As above, so below. So they only know one womb. And the reason for that, it is because they've been trapped in the physical realm, only living in the five senses, in the animalistic way of living. But the Bible must be interpreted to you on three levels. Okay, you're first physical, you're physical, you're psychological, and you're spiritual. But you are actually first spirit. Okay, so you're first spiritual before you can become physical. Okay, so you need to understand that. So unless you understand the Bible on all three levels, you're trapped on only one level, believing in secular Christianity. So basically that is keeping a lot of people in mental slavery. But my brother, my sisters, I want to say to you that your real identity is your divinity. And that's why I'm pointing to look inwardly to discover that the kingdom of God is within you. In other words, I'm saying you must accept your God self, believe in your God self. And when you believe and accept and embrace your God self, you'll be able to live your life on this planet as a God. Knowing that you're God in flesh. Knowing that you're the creator. You're the Lord and Master of your own destiny. Because it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality and creating your personality. That's what it means when it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, a subconscious mind, so is he. And as I come to a close here, I'm very passionate doing this video because having born and grew up in the Caribbean, so much people still believe in secular Christianity. They look at me as being one who's crazy, one who's lost his mind, because they've been programmed from such a young stage, knowing that the educational system is merged with the religious system to keep the people captured as slaves, not knowing who they are. So, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on, but I want to come to a close here. And I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, or you'd like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me at BlackMadGuru. And I would definitely encourage you to get my latest book. It's called Spiritual Recipe for Better Living. And that's why I'm opening up the Bible to you, especially from the Old Testament. And I'm showing you how it should be understood metaphysically and esoterically and psychologically, teaching you that it all have to do with your psyche, the way you think. Also, if you'd like to be a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. I have a lot of good information that will definitely help you. And also, I have a course there for people who are donating $20 or more. It's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. So if you feel strongly to listen to those videos, I'll definitely encourage you to do so. Also, if you like coaching or you like to have mentorship, you can definitely reach out to me. Or if you want to have a one-on-one, you can reach out to me by way of email. And as long as we come to a decision, we can definitely work together. But just before I leave, I just want to remind you that if you feel strongly led to support this work, that we have a PayPal and that the link is always down below. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I just want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.